Hey everybody, I'm Jahan,
Casualty CDG.
and welcome to Fresh Out the Box. Does some fresh takes on a fresh new
Fresh.
TTRPG.
Correct. Fresh.
Fresh takes,
Fresh.
keeping it fresh. Today we're taking a look at Fire Team, a new sci-fi rules light TTRPG from Jonathan Hicks, friend of the show. Fire teams. In fire teams, you are the small, fast response combat units that are sent on vital missions or are dispatched as part of a larger force for tactical operations. Fire teams tend to vary in size, so obviously you can have as many players or as few as you want.
And I know that Jon Mark Hicks. He's been here before. He ran. What was the name of the game that he
Those
ran
Dark
for me,
Places.
John? Those Dark Places. It's an industrial space horror game that kind of reminds you that you're always 1 inch away from the vacuum of space, and that in the future it won't just be billionaires in space, right? It'll be people that are hauling ice, and you won't necessarily be in the best of ships. So it faces you with some horrible, dangerous fears of being lost in deep space. And of course, he's a huge fan of Alien, the whole Alien series, the Aliens films. And so I would think that this game, Fire Team, is a lot like playing an Aliens Fire Team, maybe without the aliens.
It does. It does. Well, actually, I don't know if there is. If it is without the aliens, they might be there. I don't know.
That's true. The game is, I read that he said the game was intentionally easily hackable since it is rules light, like you said. So if you want to put some aliens in, I'm sure he would be happy to see you put some aliens in his game.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be very happy with that. Now, I saw that there were some, at least, like, giant spiders, so, close. But yeah, so there are four factions that you could be a part of. The Gene League Separatists, the Outer Worlds Coalition, the Children of Soul, and the Barusi.
And along with those four factions, there are four classes. The four classes are Assault, Medic, Tech, and Heavy. And each one of those classes have a different amount of HP. They have a different skill associated with them, and they also have different weapon loadouts.
Yeah, and you can kind of guess as to what each of those are for, what each of them do. But yeah, character creation is very simple. You pick your faction, you pick your class, and then you have all characters have three statistics: combat, control, and command. The three C's of Fire Team, as it were. These three statistics have 7 points to split up between them. No score can be lower than 1 or higher than 4. And then combat is obvious. Combat is anything pertaining to combat, fighting, hand-to-hand, range. Command is a measure of your leadership and social skills, and control is an indication of the character's physical and mental prowess. So all you do is that, and then boom, you have a character. You pick your class, you get your dice pool, and then you want to explain how the dice pool works, Gary?
Yeah, so you have 7 points to split up between the three different skills. Again, those are combat, command, and control. So the caveat there is nothing can be lower than 1 and nothing can be higher than 4. At that point, you're going to roll a number of d6s equal to whatever your skill is. So if you have a 4 in combat, you're rolling 4d6. If you have a 1 in command, you're rolling 1d6. The number of 5s or 6s you have, each 5 or 6 counts as a success. So, the bigger the stat, the more chance you have your 5 or 6, the more chance you succeed. Usually, you're only looking for one success, but in certain situations, when having roll-offs with a more powerful enemy or another player, that's when you'll be counting how many successes you have.
Absolutely. Sounds intense. Sounds pretty fun. And beyond, so that's just character creation. They also have rules for vehicles, spaceships, and 5 whole detailed missions for your fire team to undergo, with maps, room descriptions, monster stats, and story arcs. So 5 whole ones come in this book.
And those 5 missions are supposed to run at about 2 sessions long, which means the first 2 sessions you play, you'll be totally covered. You don't have to worry about who is the game master or what the problem is. You can just play with your squad straight out of the book. One thing that I saw that I would, again, back to the system being easily hackable, the weapons page. It goes straight from a D3 with pistols and knives to a D6 to assault rifles. And so in between those size categories and in between those dice categories is my favorite die, the D4. I would love to, I would pull Jahan aside before we started and like, hey, can I have a D4 sword, please? I want to see a sword, baby. I always want to see a sword in every game now. I want a melee build.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, obviously the system rules light. All you need is D6. That's why it's like that. But yeah, I don't, I like using lots of dice too. So I understand. I also love the D4. But yeah, so this game also has progression to an amount. You get 1 point per threat neutralized, 5 points for successful encounters, and 10 points on a successful mission. After you accrue 100 points, you can level up. You get +1 to your health, +1 die to any of your stats. You also rank up. Rank 1 private, then corporal, then sergeant, and then lieutenant. And you can take them higher than that. And you just keep going at that same progression. But that is about what it seems they intend, is these 4 ranks.
And so a cool thing about a small, fast rules light system like this with progression built in is that if somebody misses your weekly D&D session, you can play a game like this. You can pull it out, play this game, and you keep your progression from before. You can have sergeants playing along with rookies, with brand new players, with experienced players, but they sort of all play within the same realm. It's fast, it's easy, and you can put it away and pick it up on a whim.
Yeah, absolutely. This game, these kinds of rules like games are great when you need to run something, people didn't show up, and you want to have something quick and easy to do, or if you don't have a lot of free time and you just want to take that bite out of a TTRPG, this can be that bite. And it's a good bite. It's a good sci-fi bite, good sci-fi feel. You can get out there in space and start killing baddies right away. So yeah, this game looks nice and fresh. What do you think, Gary?
Yeah, man, I'm all for it. I love Jon Mark Hicks. I love the games he's brought to us before. They are fast. They have been notoriously gritty in the past. But this game, you have almost triple or quadruple the starting health as you did in those dark places.
Yeah, this one does seem a little bit more survivable, but
yes, absolutely. So I'm interested in this one going in. It looks like it's going to make us feel almost like a Deep Rock Galactic type of squad.
Yeah, that's not a bad comparison. But yeah, that's all for me. What about you?
All I gotta say is we're gonna be here every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and of course every other Saturday for Fresh Out the Podcast. We're always on from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have all sorts of different tabletop games we play, and we do Free Play Fridays, which is board games, indie games, and anything else we can get our little hands
on. So yeah, I've been Jahan and
I'm Casualty CDG.
Stay fresh, everybody.